Even Shillelagh. Blackthorn.
All right, folks. Here we are live on the internet. Look, I'm so aggravated right now. Look, I've made the title of this thing Mass Hysteria and One Upsmanship. We are dealing in the United States right now with mass hysteria. This is what you get with liberals in control. And I'm talking about your modern progressives. These people are taking what is basically a cold and turning it into Armageddon. And they are all trying to one-up each other. I was planning to go to a college baseball game tomorrow night, Saturday and Sunday. I got season tickets. They announced they're canceling all the games until March 31st. When they're sitting outside in the clear weather where it's nice weather. This is not going to prevent any virus, okay? They are all scrambling to one-up each other. Every sports, and now Major League Baseball announced 30 minutes ago they're going to delay the start of the Major League season for 2 weeks. This is not going to prevent anything.
And the NBA. The NBA.
They canceled the rest of their season. For what?
The political, the political rally, this, that, and the other thing. Cancel. Like the robot on Lost in Space. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. But you know something? Let me tell you something. That article that I read, because I deliberately Googled it, you people out there that are getting price gouged by these racketeers with the cost of hand sanitizer and, of course, medical masks and even rubbing alcohol, isopropyl rubbing alcohol. What you do is, to make a long story short for the average dumber than a bag of rocks American, you take 4 teaspoons of ordinary chlorine bleach and you dilute it into 32 ounces of water, shake it good, and put that in your spray bottle, and that destroys the coronavirus and the surfaces that you normally touch. Like if you work in the office, you can do that. Another thing is they are, besides the price gouging, more people die from the ordinary influenza. Many more people die.
Like 40,000, right? What is it, like 40,000?
From ordinary influenza in the United States than the coronavirus. Yes. Now, the good thing is coronavirus does not hover in the air like, let's say, a measles or other infectious disease. It doesn't hover. It has a very short lifespan. When the coronavirus appears on a surface, it could be a doorknob, whatever. It has a lifespan of like a few minutes, and then it dies. And that means don't worry about your products coming from mainland China. The virus died a long time ago on the cargo ship. So that's 2 good things. 3 is you have to have an underlying, pre-existing underlying illness to succumb to the coronavirus, especially the elderly who get pneumonia and who have a weakened immune system. If you're
they could be in danger from catching a cold.
Right. The elderly in nursing homes are always getting pneumonia. But if you do not have an underlying illness and you're reasonably healthy, after you're quarantined, it'll run its course like an ordinary influenza, and you quarantine your kids. Don't forget, because kids touch everything with their bare hands in school. And Jay Terrio knows that because he was He was a school teacher. He knows about how kids touch every damn thing with their bare hands. And then they bring the disease home to the family. Keep your kid home, you single mothers out there that think, oh, I don't need a man in my life to raise my kid. Excuse me, people. I'm in a ranting mood. I don't need a man around. They know everything. They send their kids to school. The kid brings the corona to school, and the other kids bring the corona back home to their families. Right, Alex?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
I'm drinking some Budweiser Black Lake Lager, and it's 7.1. I need 7.1. It's made with Jim Beam barrel staves.
Well, that looks good.
Yeah.
I'm drinking Black Cat rum from the country of Suriname, South America, because I need it. And as you can see, the old Jolly Roger is my new background, and very applicable to what's going on today. Ooh.
Now you can see this beer is like more like red than black, though.
Ooh, it's like a dark Killian's.
Now, let me say this before I continue the rant because I'm really aggravated.
Okay.
They had a sale at Mathern's. They got a whole pallet of this stuff in. It says Best Buy March 12th. Well, that's today. Normally, this beer is about $9 a 4-pack, but they had it on sale for $1.99 a 4-pack. So I bought the 4-pack. That's 50 cents a beer minus a penny.
You are the educated consumer, bar none. Ronald J. Terrio. And Alex the Beer Master, congratulations. I heard you're hosting Stout Sunday. You're hosting Stout Sunday, as well as your little Food Network shows.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Alex likes people. He's a fan of people like Huey Long and Earl Long and people like that. But I can't see Huey and Earl Long and John Kennedy feeding into this kind of hysteria. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they would have. But
J. Terrio, remember when they were talking about Ebola day and night? Every day was Ebola this and Ebola that, which is much more severe than the coronavirus, because that liquefies your internal organs and you turn into Soylent Green or whatever the hell you turn into. And then all of a sudden, no more talk about Ebola. It all stopped. Ebola stopped. Okay, so they're going to profiteer. They're going to with their racket. They're going to price gouge coronavirus. And
watch what you say, because we were being more explicit off the air. If you catch my drift.
No, I know I could curtail my language when I get mad. Now, on the other hand,
hey James, there was only one fatality. There was only one fatality when it came to the Ebola virus, as far as I know, in the United States, and that was it. Never heard from it again. Now, only one person died.
Now, in New Jersey, the guy that had Ebola. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, yes. Getting back to coronavirus, and you dummies you idiots out there, you think you can catch it from Corona beer? Go to Yellowstone and jump into the super volcano. But there was a man the next town over from me, Fort Lee, New Jersey, who had coronavirus. He was quarantined, but he was diabetic, and he unfortunately passed away. Now, this is the key point: underlying illnesses. But the media, no matter what anybody says, if anybody says anything controversial or if there's anything negative going on, they jump all over it. They create hysteria, like the Salem witch trials, all the crazy hysteria. And then people profit over it, like 9/11. They were selling souvenirs left and right concerning 9/11.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They're still doing it.
With the flu, now with the flu, we have over 50,000 people dead with the flu since 2010. Over 60,000. So it's 6,000. Now we are in a full-bore panic in America because of 40 deaths. Now,
but you're talking about the original flu, though, Ron. You're not talking about the flu that we're having now. You're talking about just the original flu, right? Just now, you just said, right?
Yeah, it's regular old flu that people get every year. You have over you have 5,000 or 6,000 people a year die in America from that every year. Yeah, maybe more, probably more. Now, do you hear of any games being stopped? Any tournaments being stopped? No. Do you hear of any banquets being canceled? No, of course not. Now, when terrorist attacks, what did they tell us? We're going to go along with our lives as normal. We're not going to let the terrorists win. So what are they going to let this win? This cold?
And you notice in northern Italy, when they show videos, it looks like a rural farm village community where they might not have access to modern healthcare, and I don't know if they're quarantining properly. Quarantine and stopping the travel ban helps a lot. Even though people are screaming at Donald Trump, stopping the travel, creating a travel ban and mandatory quarantining will help tremendously.
Okay, it seems far-fetched though. Now look at this comment.
Oh, this guy, what is he? The next, what is he? Benito Mussolini or something there? He's he don't like Trudeau. I'm sure.
I don't care for Trudeau. 30,000 a year with the flu. That seems a lot of kind of high, huh? But maybe so.
No, that's not far fetched. That's pretty accurate. 30,000.
Okay, so I'm over here like I titled myself "The Eye of Your Hurricane." I'm over here calm. I'm calm. Shouldn't I be panicking? Shouldn't I be running out and buying cleaning supplies? Shouldn't I be losing sleep? I'm panicking right now and I'm aggravated, but it's not about the virus. It's about something else that happened. But I think people, if one person in America thought that Corona beer could make you catch this virus, that's scary. But apparently it was thousands of people believe that.
Well, that explains the average American voter being dumber than the bag of rocks. I mean that pretty much is self-explanatory.
Yeah, I think there should be much stricter requirements on voting myself. That's
I just drank the Corona beer last night. I was fine. Jeez.
It's only Corona means crown, so that means if they bring back the Imperial margarine commercial when they wore the crown, that means that you're going to get sick off the. Come on, it means crown. Jacob Downey say.
Yeah, but the reason why they're making fun of the beer is because it has the virus has the same name as the beer.
Well, then they're inbred, dumb.
Making a joke about making a joke about it's one thing, but to actually believe it. To actually believe in your mind that drinking Corona beer will somehow make you get the virus is beyond. It's.
Now, getting back to Mr. Sutton's comment, that was clever. Maybe it was biological warfare that escaped because of the pandemic it's caused worldwide. Maybe it's not eating bats and cats and rats. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my!
Right. I read an article. The government of Taiwan. Now wait, the government of Taiwan, late last month or earlier this month, did a research project, and they determined the Republic of China and Taiwan determined that they thought that this virus actually originated in the United States and made its way to Wuhan, China. So, what could it have been? A U.S. biological weapons program? And another thing to ask. I'm not saying it is. Another thing to ask is, could this whole shut down everything and monitor everybody be a CIA behavioral project?
Oh, yeah. Hey, today, many conspiracy theories have become factual over time. Biological. Remember, we had the anthrax, the weapons grade anthrax scare when somebody received it in an envelope and blah blah blah.
Ruined a Louisiana State University professor's career by claiming it was him when they had no evidence, and they had to end up paying the guy back and everything. But yeah, I remember all that. Sure.
Yeah,
wow, that's crazy, Ron.
Yeah, it's by the way, discussing a subject with my friend in Shanghai, China. I am totally convinced that in China, anything that moves is food because of what is available in their markets with no quality control and regulations, no quality control. No quality. They have harvested sick, dead chickens from the ground to be exported to the West. Biological, another form of Psychological
when we read about when the Chinese company bought Smithfield Meats, they said one of the reasons they bought the meat company from America was to learn how to do meat correctly instead of selling all the stuff that kills people every year.
Well,
The American meat company is trying to teach them, like, well, you know, we don't use rancid oil, we don't use dead animals, you know, like in that country, apparently that's common. Now, people are going to say, you're stereotyping. You're stereotyping. No, we're not stereotyping.
It's not racism. You know, I had a big argument with a neoliberal that said there's no such thing as reverse racism. It's not possible for someone to be racist towards a Caucasian. I says, camel dung, being that this is a Christian show. Camel dung. I says racism is racism, no matter how you shake it. And I get it here with certain ethnic groups, but, you know.
That's an old Marxist trick. They know what they don't even believe that.
No, they don't. It's like, and you know, the truth shall set you free. The truth, if you can prove it, is the truth.
But I mean, I feel like I'm getting jerked around. I mean, this whole year's being destroyed. I mean, what am I, special? What am I, a schmuck on wheels? What's going on around here? And then I'm planning to go to the baseball game tomorrow. And my father tells me this morning, he said, well, you just better hope they don't cancel it. I said, they couldn't be that stupid, but I'm wrong. They are. And so I get the announcement that the Southland Conference has canceled all sports for the rest of the month. And so have every other college and professional sports league. These people are mad. But wait a minute, here's the problem. I don't need to go to a game to be happy. I do it for fun. I can hang out here and talk to y'all. I can find something else to do. I can go to a national park. I can go on a hike. All right. I can go visit my friend in Texas. No problem. But I paid money for season tickets.
Ah, there you go. That's the big mamoo. You spent it.
I've spent the money back in January to order season tickets for the whole season. Now they just told me that 9 games are not going to get played. As soon as I got that message, I called the university. I said, yes, I'm a season ticket holder. I gave them my name. I said, I've had season tickets since 2004 season. Just calling to see how you're going to set up the refunds. They transferred me 3 times. Finally, I got to the ticket office. They said, yeah. I said, what I just said. He says, oh, we're going to get back to you. Because here's what I was saying.
I think I want my money back. What are you going to do? So
that was how I felt. You heard that comment? I think I want my money back.
Yeah, and being that you're a retired school teacher, that makes you middle class. That makes you a man that carries the tax burden in America, and all the above. So you're getting screwed by waiting. Don't hold your breath for your refund on the season tickets, and I hope you do get the refund. But you know how many times I've called customer service over you know how they used to
be your reviews and tools.
Okay, finish that statement, then I'm going to say something. What now, James? Hey, Ron.
As a customer, sometimes you get screwed over. I'm not talking about a whiny customer that complains about everything. I'm talking about getting screwed over. And you call the company, and then eventually, after a long while of listening to horrible elevator music, you get a human being, if you're lucky, and they tell you, they give you the runaround. I mean, it used to be that, you know, they valued good customer service, and they were very fair. And but not nowadays, they're smug and arrogant, like you need them, like
the guy on the phone to me. Okay, and he hung up. Hey, my father says, well, they got to give you the money back, right? I said, oh, they'll probably claim it was some kind of emergency. And he told me, he said, this is what I would tell him on the phone. Here's my father. He's 75 years old. He said, I would tell him this on the phone. Here's my emergency. If I don't get my money back, don't ever call me again for season tickets, because I'm turning my back on you. Don't play around with me. Okay. Now in 2005, Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, right?
Right.
Tulane football played no home games. They were off on the road around the country because their stadium was damaged. The Superdome was so tore up. What did Tulane University do? The next football season, after the Superdome was renovated, they told me, you got them for free this year. Because they knew last year nobody could go to the games unless you wanted to drive all the way to Arlington, Texas, or Beaumont, Texas, or some crazy trip. So that's the way to do it. The next year, season ticket renewal, we got it. You get it free. But to tell me, oh, well, tough, you got to eat the money. That ain't going to work.
That's the way you do it. That's the right way to deal with customers.
And Ron, that's wrong that they're doing that to you, because like you just said, you've been under that since 2005 or whatever year you just started.
Yeah, I've been having. Now wait, I didn't say they were going to do it. They said they're going to get back to me.
Okay.
Now, I might get an email in an hour says we're going to send you a refund for whatever you paid, or they might say we calculated this is how much you paid for those 9 games. Now that's assuming they start back up March 31st. You know, these people can panic and cancel their whole life over a cough and a sniffle. Now these people are not reasonable people. But when you're dealing with corporations and colleges and governments, you're not dealing with normal people. They make their careers off of fear mongering, hysteria, and panic. Okay, they told us in 1974 the world was going to freeze.
Yeah,
well, ice age by 1990.
The media doesn't help. But listen, gentlemen, I have to run. I'm going to see Ronald J. Theriot. I will see you later on tonight.
In 3 hours.
It's Thursday, 3 hours. Alex, are you near the Pine Barrens of New Jersey?
I don't know.
He's not far from it. He's not far from it.
Are you in Monmouth or Ocean County? Or
well, I'm not going to tell my town on here because obviously we're live, but.
No. What I'm saying is there's a winery called, I think, Valenzano Winery that has wonderful cranberry and blueberry wine that I enjoy. And it's down in South Jersey somewhere, Valenzano.
I'll say this. Alex is not terribly far from Camden.
Oh, you have my sympathies. You mean like the Cherry Hill area, sort of.
Holy crap. He's pretty slick. This guy's pretty slick.
What love, you're near the Benjamin Franklin Memorial Bridge and the city of Brotherly Ghetto. I mean, love. Anyway, I'll see Alex. Good seeing you. I'll see you 3 hours. Bye-bye.
Peace out, James.
Now, how you like this comment? No, we didn't give your town away. This seems so artificial and fishy. Seems like the elites are using Holly. You're right.
Well, that was a quick thing. I thought this was going to be on for an hour or two, maybe, because you just came in.
Well, yeah, but he had to leave because he had to go. He wanted to go buy some beer. No, he wanted to go buy some liquor for tonight's Thunder and Thursday, which, of course, you're invited to. But then the bus that was supposed to pass 30 minutes ago didn't show up.
Oh.
So he was just on aggravation. So he said, I'll join. And he was ready. So I was on fire about this game getting canceled. I had my whole weekend built around this. I mean, that's a trivial thing, baseball. You know, it's not like you got your legs cut off in a car wreck. But what I'm saying is they canceled it for a foolish reason. This is my opinion. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not an expert on viruses. But I have enough brains to read a book. And I can see that what's going on is a flim flam. This is a trick, what you want to call it, a scam. That's what, right? A royal scam. Okay.
But Ron, people have died from this virus. How's it going to? I'm not going to argue because obviously you're my friend and I like your opinion. But how could it be that way? How could it be a scam if a couple people have died? I'm confused.
Wait a minute. I'll explain it. Okay. So far, 40 Americans have died. You're right, 40. But that has to be looked at in perspective. Think about the common cold. Catch a cold, your nose runs, you cough up stuff, have fever. Need some NyQuil so you could sleep medicine. Now, sometimes people catch a cold and it turns into the pneumonia and they die. Probably thousands a year that are about 90 or 95.
True that.
The 40 people that died from this virus have invariably been ill already.
Oh.
And they're not healthy people like you and yourself and myself who are walking down the street minding their own business, catch a virus at Walmart and drop dead. This is not happening. But the way the media is handling it, the Major League Baseball, the National Basketball Association, National League Hockey, the National Association National Athletic Association, all the conferences, Southland Conference, Northeastern Conference, they're handling it as though it is Chernobyl melting down in every American city. These people are crazy. And that's why I said they're virtue signalers. They want to tell everybody how good they are. And they'll say, if we could save just one life. Well, if you could save just one life, you wouldn't even have automobiles, because people get hit and run over way more than 40 a day by automobiles, probably, or 40 a week, I would suppose. So, yeah, the New York Stock Exchange just closed down about 10%. Yeah, so 40 people died because of their age and their health issues, says Ron's. Water. Yeah, so this is total hysteria. And these are the same people, and I pick on the liberals because that's the way I do, who told us in 1974 that we were going to have an ice age.
I didn't even know about that. I wasn't born, but I didn't know about that.
That's right. These are the same people that told us that we were going to run out of oil. These are the same people that told us all the forests were going to die because of acid rain. These are the same people who told us the world was going to overheat and burn up. These are the same people that told us everything was going to end. This is like Archie Bunker said, you guys got more ways for the world to end than a dog has fleas. This is what they make their careers on. Fear mongering, hysteria, panic. And it's working. Well, it's really not working, because I'm going to tell you, look, the average basketball fan or baseball fan like me, they wouldn't miss any games because of this. They would not avoid going to the Big East tournament in New York City. They wouldn't do anything to disrupt their lives.
But they just did.
It's the people in charge doing it. What?
They just did. You don't have your games to go to today or tomorrow.
Because I said the people in charge. I don't control the Southland Conference tournament in Katy, Texas.
True that.
I was watching the Big East basketball tournament today. It was 38-35 at halftime. I laid down to take a nap. I woke up and it was off. They canceled the game at halftime. This is how insane these people are. These people are mad. They're out of their minds.
Wow.
And they're doing the same thing in the United Kingdom. They're out of their minds, and they want us to trust them to lead us.
Wow, that's crazy.
You're selling, and I'm not buying it. I didn't buy it in 1974. I didn't buy it in 1980. I didn't buy it in 1990. I didn't buy it in 2000. I certainly didn't buy it in September 2001, and I'm not buying it now. Don't go outside if it's raining. Lightning will get you. It will kill more this year than coronavirus. That's right. Sounds like the book of Revelation.
And I don't want to be mean, but I looked up the coronavirus, and the coronavirus has been around since the 1960s, probably even more than that. That's what
that could be true. I don't know.
But there's different varieties of coronavirus. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, different varieties. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but it's still all around. Still doesn't matter. It's still been around since the 60s.
Berserker, the artist formerly known as Berserker. He's right, because in the book of Revelation, you read about how the Antichrist is going to get the whole world stirred up against people. And then when you think about it, it'll all be based on a bunch of hysteria, panic, lies, and one upmanship, trying to make yourself look more virtuous than the rest. So people will fall for it. People fall for these things. So this happened during the Roman Empire. They said the Christians, they're in a plot. They want to overthrow the emperor. They said, we don't want to overthrow the emperor. They're all in a sexual immorality. Well, it wasn't true. So they had thousands of people murdered by the Roman government, all on fear mongering, panic, and a pack of lies. It could happen then. It did happen then. It's happening now. It will happen in the future. Okay.
Well, let me ask you this, Ron. Do you believe that they're using this virus to kill people then too? I'm just curious.
Who is they?
On the government or whatever. I don't know.
Believe that, because I have no evidence to support such a idea. I don't think that would be the case necessarily, although it wouldn't shock me. I'm saying that seems to be a very convenient opportunity to. Oh,
I'm sorry, Ron. I was just curious. I don't mean to make your head spin again.
No, I'm saying it's probably an opportunity to study how local, state, and federal government entities can control the population, which is why I said it could be some kind of CIA.
Could be that.
CIA, what you call it, CIA exercise. Like, can we control people? And now that might sound crazy, but they've done it in the past. They did it with lysergic acid diethylamide, LSD. They did it with prostitution experiments. They did it with other things. So you read about these kind of things in these science fiction books, but they tend to be based on reality. So I wouldn't be shocked at all. In fact, I sort of believe it. People are becoming more and more like lambs. Some, yeah. You're right.
I don't let people, Ron, I don't let people control me or anything like that. I control myself. I'm me.
That's good. And I'm not an anti-government activist, in case people think that. I'm not, really. I'm not the one creating the hysteria, the panic, and the one upmanship.
Nope.
I haven't canceled all these events. I would not have canceled these events. It's not going to do any good anyway, I don't think. Buy the dip, people. This will pass quickly, says Joe.
Well, I kind of hope it does, because it's just stupid now.
So anyway, I was so aggravated and agitated, and I probably will be for days. I see an article here on Lou Rockwell. Let me look this up real fast. I'm not going to read it. I will read it after I get off the air here. Let's see. Lou Rockwell. Where's the, oh, here we go. Here's a very, I didn't take the time to read it today, but
thanks for letting me join, Ron. I appreciate it, my friend. I haven't joined your stuff in a while.
That's okay. You're welcome anytime. I always have an open invitation for anybody to join, including people who don't agree with me. You know, if you don't agree with me, come on the air and state your piece. I wouldn't mind. You know. Okay. Now here's an article by Bill Sardi.
The way I see it, Ron, I don't argue with people. I just listen to their opinion, and that's it. And that's that. I don't like to argue, especially if I want to make friends. You know?
Right. Hold on a sec. Here's an article by Bill Sardi. The title is called "Italy is the second country with coronavirus outbreak preceded by a tuberculosis epidemic." There are two hotspots in the world for coronavirus infections: Wuhan, China, and Italy. Both of these areas, I'm summarizing, were grappling with tuberculosis outbreaks prior to the eruption of the mutated COVID-19 coronavirus. Strangely, this is Bill Sardi, coronavirus appears to spread to the rest of the world from these hotspots via airplane travel, but the infection remains in those infected and may spread within a household, but not into the community. Other geographical outbreaks must be questioned, as there are too many false positive tests to confirm COVID-19, which at this point in time may be nothing more than a passenger virus that accompanies tuberculosis infections. The COVID-19 epidemic in Italy, which has that country in a lockdown, is worthy of investigation because of politics and migration in that country. And then he goes on to talk about, in a prior report, I cited the pre-coronavirus outbreak of tuberculosis in China. It says, of interest, most cases, 70%, of tuberculosis in the United States emanate from immigrants who travel to the U.S. or who are foreign-born and acquired TB years ago. Inexplicably, there are far more cases of COVID-19 in Italy than other European countries. These cases, like China, are in a background outburst of TB infections. So this is I have to read this article. Well, I have got to read this, y'all. So when I get off of here, I'm going to read, Italy is the second country with coronavirus outbreak preceded by a tuberculosis epidemic by Bill Sardi, March 12, 2020. What do y'all think about that? Okay.
Interesting.
We're going to read some more comments.
Interesting.
Let's see here. Let's see.
Now, Ron, you talked about Huey Long for a few seconds prior to this little thing here. Why do you think Huey, Earl, Russell Long, obviously Huey's son, why do you think the Long family would not go into this? Why would they go after the people? Obviously, I think Huey Long would have done that because obviously Huey has gone after people before when he was alive. So,
no, I just think Huey Long probably had better sense than to see. Huey Long just wasn't like a modern liberal. He was somebody that would maybe, but I'm just extrapolating that. I don't know. Huey Long might have been as goofy as the ones today. I don't know that.
Right. Or he might have been better than the ones today. We don't know that. Right.
Would assume that.
Yeah. Well, he had to be better because he built the state capitol building.
Well, let me tell you something, Pete. The SEC has canceled all sporting events till the end of March. So they haven't banned fans now. They've canceled all the events. That's how insane these people have gotten. Yeah, I'd be worried too.
I wish you luck, Ron, because I want you to get your money back if you don't get to go to the games. But as of right now, you just said they're going to have the whole rest of the year. So
it's only April and May, though. This college baseball season only runs till May.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly the same during flu season, but we do not cancel all the events during flu season because we are not normally that stupid. But that's why we think this is some kind of plot. It's normal that people would think it's a plot because they're acting in a way that's very unusual. And maybe they know something. Well, I'm going to read this article about the tuberculosis, but the United States hasn't had a history of TB. So I wonder if there is, well, I better not say too much on the air. I was going to say a relationship between something and something else, but I have a feeling that might be the case. I did read that also. Yeah, Tulsi. I did read that a lot of people are going to use the coronavirus as an excuse for the market crashing when people had been predicting for a few weeks that it was overheated and it was going to collapse because the stock market was built on credits and corporate buybacks. In other words, the corporations were buying most of the stocks back. They're buying their own stocks. Okay, they were talking about that on WWL this morning. It wasn't real prosperity. Oh yeah, don't read that. Okay, now, so I feel a little bit better, but I don't feel too much better. I think this is total insanity. It's childishness. Yeah, I believe that, Jacob.
Oh, let me say something here. You also have a governor in Louisiana named John
Bell Edwards.
John Bell Edwards. Yeah, it's his state. He should have a right to shut everything down. If it's not him, he didn't shut anything down. Obviously, it was other people, right? So he should overwrite the people and say, hey, the head people, and say, hey, I want these games open, but make sure no one gets sick.
No, he's in the same crowd.
Oh.
He's with the same crowd that shut everything down. So
Oh, okay.
believe me, he's not trying to fight against it. He's all for it.
Oh, he's the one that decided to shut it down with the people. Okay.
Oh yeah, sure. Definitely Pink Floyd. All right. Anyway, we'll be back on in 2 hours and 40 minutes for Thunder and Thursday. And as it looks like, we may be back for Fandango Friday, because since I can't go to the game, I don't feel like working at bingo again. Well, they'll probably cancel bingo. What am I even talking about? What am I even talking about?
Hey, Ron, when we get off the air, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hold on. We're going to close out now.
Yeah. I think I want my money back.
All right. Well, y'all have a great day too, as much as you're able to. You have all these things to do in this beautiful weather, like, well, everything got canceled. You can't do nothing. Right. Bingo could be dangerous because you might lose money. Y'all have a good day too, Ron's, for your reviews. Okay, you can ask me off air. Let me